This Labor Day, say goodbye to spills, stains, and overpriced furniture with WashableSofas.com, featuring Anabay, the only machine washable sofa inside and out, where designer quality meets budget-friendly pricing. Sofas start at just $6.99, making it the perfect time to upgrade your space. Anabay's pet-friendly, stain-resistant, and interchangeable slipcovers are made with high-performance fabric built for real life. You'll love the cloud-like comfort of hypoallergenic, high-resilience foam that never needs fluffing, and a durable steel frame that stands the test of time. With modular pieces, you can rearrange anytime. It's a sofa that adapts to your life. Now through Labor Day, get up to 60% off site-wide at WashableSofas.com. Every order comes with a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. If you're not in love, send it back for a full refund. No return shipping, no restocking fees, every penny back. Shop now at WashableSofas.com. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
It's KFI AM 640, and you're listening to The Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app.
It's The Conway Show, everyone. Mark Thompson sitting in for Tim on KFI AM 640, live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Conway, I was fully expecting, would be at full strength, or at least mostly full strength, and would be able to make it in today, but he continues ailing. I'm sorry to hear that he's gone for another day, but I'm happy to be here with the crew. We've got the Conway kids, Michael Crozier watching all news events. Yeah. Stafouche on the board. Our sound, doing the sound design.
Wow.
That's what they call it. You do sound design. You're not just a board op.
Take it easy.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
That's what my daughter does.
The angel of traffic, Angel Martinez. Is that right?
Yes, sound design.
Ow.
No kidding.
Yeah. For shows and stuff like that.
I want to double back on this and just to mention that the gorgeous Sharon Bellio is producing this show.
By the way, tomorrow is Angel Martinez's birthday, and she won't be with us. So happy birthday to Angel Martinez.
Angel, that's awesome.
Oh, babe.
Angel, what do you have planned for the birthday? Some evening activity after you get off work type thing? What are you doing?
Well, I won't be here tomorrow, so
maybe the whole day it'll be wall-to-wall activity.
That's right. That's why I won't be here.
Edible in the morning, and then you're buzzing all day. Is that what you're? Is that
you say that like singular?
Yeah. Happy Angel Fest, everyone. Enjoy.
Angel Fest. I love the sound
That's
of it.
Right.
Well, happy birthday in advance. I just dropped off my Tesla. The lease is up, and I dropped it off. It's kind of a scramble, an emotional thing. They've got it down to a pretty well-oiled machine. You pull into a spot, you give them your license number, you sign a thing, and you're out of there. I was scrambling, though, when I got the call that Tim wasn't going to be here. So what I did was I loaded into the car, sort of, whatever, some other pair of sunglasses, whatever you have, those things you got to take out of the car, So I put them all in a bag, and I had my headphones, because you always have your headphones here at the radio station. That's one of the most surprising things about coming to KFI, and I learned this, I don't know when I came here, 15 years ago, whenever it was, that I started just, being on the air here and there. The thing that you learn is that you need to bring headphones. You need to bring your own headphones. And I don't care how big a star you are. I don't care if you're Bill Handel or John Cobelt or Tim Conway Jr. Everybody's got their own pair of headphones. I mean, Gary and Shannon, they bring their own headphones in the studio. And I had the headphones there, and of course, you know what happened. I'm scrambling. I grab my stuff. I run out. This is, again, after I've dropped the car off. You drop it off in North Hollywood is where this big Tesla place is. And my lovely other half drove me back in her car. And then I realized that I don't have the headphones.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So the headphones will be they're in the new Tesla or the new lease for whomever picks up it's one of those things where new headphones, what are they, Sharon? I would say they're $70, something in that area. Okay, so you're going, I don't know. Is it worth going there, trying to find the car again?
Wouldn't they call you and say, hey, you left this in the car?
I don't think
I would hope so.
Maybe. Something tells me, I mean, if they were to do that, I think sure a lot of people leave stuff in the car. I think it's kind of...
so they should have a system of letting those people know.
Oh, maybe that's true. Honestly, I feel like it's incumbent upon me to be able to survey the car. But you're right. I mean, maybe they should just give it a once-over. But they didn't even look at the car. Because the way Tesla works is you do your own checkout. So you do the wear and tear on the tires. You do the wear and tear on the car. You take all of these pictures. They have a very interesting system. And in other leases I've had, they'll send somebody out, like with the leasing company, and he'll do or she'll do the evaluation of how much wear and tear there's been in the car. But with Tesla, you go and you have to be connected to the internet, and you send them through their app pictures of the car, the front, the side, close-ups of the tires, close-ups, etc. They evaluate it, and then on Tire Tread, they ask you to take a picture with the... Of course, I've replaced the tires because it's L.A. You're having to replace your tires every 2 seconds because there are all kinds of road hazards and, nails in the road and construction going on. I mean, I feel like I know my tire guys, I see them more than I see relatives at Thanksgiving. So in any way, they have this thing where you send it all virtually. So you're never really dealing with any person. And then, of course, what do? They send you back something saying, oh, it looks like you have wear and tear on your car. It's going to be another $500 or whatever it is. Actually, mine was even more than that. And my car is pristine. I mean, I don't understand how they see any. So you have to, do a back and forth with them. The guy even said, don't worry about it. This happens. Just send them an email and it'll work out. But in all of that, you never have a guy of any sort. No one with Tesla actually comes out to your vehicle. So that's my point. Nobody else is looking in the vehicle. Everything else is done. The inspection that I just mentioned is done a few days ago. I dropped the car off, and so it's really incumbent on me to grab everything out of the car. So apparently I, in the scramble, left the headphones. And my point in mentioning it, Sharon, the $70 is it's right on, may not be worth going there. And on the other hand, maybe it is.
I think it is.
All right. I'm glad to hear you say that. So yeah. I'll give you directions to the North Hollywood place, if you wouldn't mind. Yeah. I'll kick you back 20, 30.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it.
I'm looking at another car, and I'm focusing on how much I'm paying in insurance. And I mention this because I know all of you listening. This is outrageous what these insurance companies are doing to us. It's terrible. I mean, it really is awful. I'm not even talking about homeowners insurance, the inability to get it, insurance companies pulling out of California, insurance companies constantly getting the green light on rate increases. I'm not talking about any of that. I'm just talking about auto insurance in California. It's outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. And now I'm looking at withering costs on insurance. And then I told you about the thing I had the other day with that doctor. He's out of network. I found that's the reason it's so expensive. It's incredibly expensive, thousands of dollars. So all of a sudden, I'm glad Tim isn't here today. I need the money. I need Tim to stay out day after day. Conway, never come back, Conway.
No.
I need this money. Anyway, if you're in the insurance game, if you have a good insurance person, contact me. TheMarkThompsonShow@gmail.com. That's my email. TheMarkThompsonShow@gmail.com. I'm shopping. Yeah, I'm single and ready to mingle when it comes to insurance. I'm telling you what, I'm dropping this guy I have like a bad habit. I'm going to ghost him. I'm going to stiff him. Forget it. I'm out. I'm done. The thing that is now illegal when you drive is something that we all do. And if they see you doing it, they are going to bust you. I will tell you what that is next.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
The idea somehow that you would tell the cop who stops you for texting while driving that you are just looking at your nav, that no longer is an excuse that you can use. I don't know really how effective an excuse it was to begin with, but a state appeals court ruling today, or ruling this week, that the state law prohibiting drivers from texting or talking on a cell phone while driving is also making it illegal to hold a phone of any kind or device to look at a map on that device's screen. The driver doesn't need to be swiping or tapping, as had formerly been the case. Remember when texting first started? Yeah. Back when I was a kid, tapping a screen to send a text was just starting.
What if I have my MapQuest printed out in the steering wheel? Can I look down at that? Would that be okay?
You can road test that, literally, see how that works.
I don't think, nah.
Yeah. Remember when MapQuest was the thing? Everybody MapQuested it, right? Now, you nav it or whatever. No one, literally MapQuesting it became like a verb. I'll MapQuest it to Sharon's house, etc. Yeah. Now MapQuest, I don't know where they sit. Like everybody's got their own nav through Google. Apple's got one. If you're on an Android, it's probably through Google too. People use Waze. In other words, the MapQuest used to be king of the hill. Now I think they're somewhere lower down on the hill. But the driver doesn't need to be swiping or tapping at the navigation app to break the law, is the rule. The court has ruled that just looking at the map on the screen with the phone in hand can get you justifiably pulled over to be ticketed. When legislators adopted this state law prohibiting drivers from, quote, operating a cell phone while driving, they did it to, quote, reduce distracted driving resulting from advancements in modern phones and to encourage drivers to keep their eyes on the road. This is according to the Court of Appeals. Mounted phones and drivers operating those with a single swipe are exempted.
Now, why is that? It's the same thing, isn't it?
Much safer.
It probably is much safer because you don't have one hand engaged in holding the phone, just to be fair. So mount that phone. I feel like every 4 offerings on Instagram are a phone mount that I should get.
Yes.
Or anybody on TikTok, they're pitching different kinds of phone mounts.
You know, the Foosh is an Uber driver, and he has 4 mounts.
That's so studly. My God.
Try to stay safe.
Hey, baby, I got 4 mounts in my car. Yeah.
Whoa.
A lot of Uber drivers only have the 1, or maybe 2. I've got 4. Now, why would you have 4? Because let me guess, 1 is for Uber, that is to contact you for a job. 1 is for Lyft, maybe? Do you drive for both?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
so
then
put the other 2, and then in the back, it's for the chargers.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty great. Pretty great. So
Isn't that distracting, though, having all those screens up?
I would think so.
I mean, come on. And he's probably eating a burrito.
Well, that's not covered
especially if it's a Tuesday.
Not covered in this legislative session.
No? Okay.
Yeah. I would say that you get used to all the screens. When I first got that Tesla, and it's got that big screen in the middle, and that was before everybody now has a big screen in the middle, I thought, man, that's too big a screen. I don't want that big screen. But you kind of just begin to ignore it and begin to not pay much attention to it. So I'm sure that's what's the Foosh. You have those 4, cell phones going, 4 mounts going.
It's funny because, yeah, I can easily navigate through it really easily. And one time I had my dad in the car. We were just going to like get food or whatever. And he was like, how do you go through that so fast? I'm like, because I do this 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
Right. It's not a big surprise.
No, it's like selective perception. You don't see it all anymore.
Yeah.
You know what you're supposed to keep an eye on. Yeah. Anyway, they will allow you with a single swipe to take care of whatever you got to do on a mounted phone. They're exempted from this recent court decision. But looking at a map while holding the phone will violate the law. Allowing a driver to hold a phone and view a mapping application, even if not touching the phone screen, will be illegal. Apparently, this dude was ticketed after looking at a mapping app while holding his phone in his left hand and driving. He contested the ticket, lost his initial court appearance, was ordered to pay $158. And then he appealed that decision, and with the appellate division of the Santa Clara County Superior Court up in Northern California, the decision was reversed. The Superior Court said that, quote, operating a cell phone required active use or manipulation of the device. So they said, again, it was a lengthy court ruling, quote, merely observing GPS directions on the phone does not constitute the kind of active use or manipulation to trigger an infraction. But the California appeal for the 6th Appellate District disagreed. They said that the law as written and intended means that looking at and holding the phone while driving is a violation, and that will be the law in California. So, I mean, there have been all these court decisions, and it's interesting how many people go to court and appeal this stuff, and based on the appeal and based on contesting the ticket, there's actually new law being written. So, again, through the courts, through the Court of Appeal, and now the law amended, modified, and again, if you're playing games on cell phones, browsing the internet, if you're holding the device, you're breaking the law.
And doesn't Tesla have that like a Pong game or something that you can play on the screen?
Dude, they have so much stuff on that Tesla. I have no idea. You have a thing where you can, while the car is parked, it'll play music for you, and there'll be a whole light show. Like if you wanted to like dance outside, I'm talking about all the lights on the car will go back and forth, multicolored. Not kidding. And I didn't like pay for that feature. That's part of it. That's boilerplate.
So you turned in your Tesla. Are you getting another Tesla?
I'm not. I'm not getting another Tesla.
Breaking news. Why?
Yeah, I'm not. Well, I don't know. Just seems like a problematic purchase at the moment. I don't know. To keep peace in my house, I have to. I can't get one.
This goes deeper.
Peace on the streets too, man.
Peace on the streets, exactly. Look, there. I'm not looking to make a political statement every time I pull up to a parking lot. It's sad, but this is kind of the state of the world at the moment. But it's weird too. In Southern California, we really know this. In California, car culture generally, it is weird how, leave the politics out, like when you go for a car, there's some part of you, and this is true beyond California, but I'm just saying California is sort of the classic car culture, where, a car is a reflection of who you are or what you like. Like, somebody pulls up in a Hummer, you have, it's generally a dude getting out of there. Maybe he's you know what I mean? You make certain presumptions about the person based on, and to be fair to that person in the Hummer, they kind of feel like, yeah, this is me, man. I'm a guy. I'm a Hummer guy. I don't know. You get what I mean, right? That's why so many of these brands do all the car advertising they do. And these car ads are very important. How they show you the car, I remember I was sitting with Sam Simon, who was just one of the greatest guys, a friend of...
Oh, you want to pick that up? That name you just dropped over there?
Yeah, for those who don't know, he's one of the creators of The Simpsons, co-created The Simpsons. Nice. A good friend of Tim's also. He's a good friend of ours, both. And we're watching football or something, and there's an ad for the Ford... Is it called like the Ford Escort or something, or the Ford? I forget what it was, something like that. And it was a gorgeous ad, a silver car. And they had the car leaping over a train that was going. There's like a locomotive going through the center of the picture, and the Ford leaps over it. And I just liked the way it looked. It's in slow-mo and all the rest. And I turned to Sam and I said, I think I'm going to get that car. I like that car. And he turned to me and he said, it can't fly. That's just in the commercial. That's the point, though. They show you the car in slow motion, flying on a driver's track with that small print that says, this is a professional driver. Don't try this at home. Course, completely supervised. But all I'm saying, Sharon, is that there's a lot wrapped up into a car purchase that there probably shouldn't be. But now there's even more because it's all been politicized. So
Got it.
That's that. Whatever you're driving, however you're driving, don't hold the phone and look at the nav at the same time. Speaking of politics, I guess the bromance is over between Elon and the president. We will get into some of that next.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
This Labor Day, say goodbye to spills, stains, and overpriced furniture with WashableSofas.com. Featuring Bay, the only machine washable sofa inside and out, where designer quality meets budget-friendly pricing. Sofas start at just $6.99, making it the perfect time to upgrade your space. Bay's pet-friendly, stain-resistant, and interchangeable slipcovers are made with high-performance fabric built for real life. You'll love the cloud-like comfort of hypoallergenic, high-resilience foam that never needs fluffing, and a durable steel frame that stands the test of time. With modular pieces, you can rearrange anytime. It's a sofa that adapts to your life. Now through Labor Day, get up to 60% off site-wide at WashableSofas.com. Every order comes with a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. If you're not in love, send it back for a full refund. No return shipping, no restocking fees, every penny back. Shop now at WashableSofas.com. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
We are seeing the undoing, and boy, it is quick, of the Elon Musk, Donald Trump bromance. I mean, it seems like just yesterday, weren't they on the White House lawn and Trump was pitching Teslas? I mean, it's crazy. I mean, how the mighty have fallen. I mean, it was not that long ago, Trump gave Musk the keys to the kingdom. He let Musk and, a bunch of T-shirt clad 19-year-olds go into the Treasury Department and basically scrape all the government computers of all his data. Went into EPA and USAID and dismantled everything and fired all those workers and, looked for waste, fraud, and abuse and all that. Remember, that wasn't that long ago. Now, they are in such adversarial times on footing that is so oppositional that Steve Bannon is suggesting that Trump deport Elon Musk. Seriously, that just is the news of the last hour. How did this happen?
Not only did President Trump and Elon Musk have a falling out, but a public feud between the two intensified today and escalated to personal attacks. Both made multiple posts to social media. Take a look. Billionaire Elon Musk posted this on X: "Time to drop the really big bomb and allege that President Trump's name is in the Epstein files," referring to the documents and investigative files related to sex offender and financier Jeffrey Epstein. He said, quote, "That is the real reason they have not been made public." He followed that by saying, "Mark this post, the truth will come out." The statements came after the president made posts to Truth Social. Trump suggested that he may turn the federal government against Musk's companies Tesla and SpaceX. Trump posted, "The easiest way to save money in our budget is to terminate Elon's governmental subsidies and contracts."
I mean, this
Trump
is
also
insane. I say it only because one of the beneficiaries of this Department of Government Efficiency, the DOGE thing, one of the big beneficiaries was Musk himself. I don't know how much you were following the bouncing ball, but Musk and his Starlink were finding ways to increase government contracts that they weren't necessarily already part of. There was existing legislation and an existing contract to build out, for example, in rural America, access to broadband. There are whole parts of this country that as you probably know, that don't get broadband. Like here in California, you may not realize it, but there are wide swaths of America that don't have broadband access. So there's actually government monies that is now their government money is being set aside, and they are already in the process of trying to build that broadband network out so that these rural areas can get it. So anyway, cut to Doge and the Trump-Musk brotherhood when it was good, and Musk actually was able to shoehorn Starlink in, and the existing deal to build out broadband was scuttled. It was backburnered in favor of Elon Musk and Starlink. So that's just one example. There are a bunch of examples. I mean, he's made billions of dollars of additional contract work just based on some of the work he was doing with Doge and the additional contract work he's been able to get with his companies. Now, Trump, in his back and forth with Musk, this is just today, is saying, hey, you want to save money? Let's drop all of these contracts that Elon Musk has with the U.S. government.
Is to terminate Elon's governmental subsidies and contracts. Trump also said he asked Musk to leave Doge, the White House Department of Government Efficiency, and wrote, quote, I took away his EV mandate that forced everyone to buy electric cars that nobody else wanted, and he just went crazy. Trump also wrote, I don't mind Elon turning against me, but he should have done so months ago. This is one of the greatest bills ever presented to Congress. The feud escalated after Musk slammed Trump's signature bill of tax cuts and spending plans. Musk has called Trump's so-called big beautiful bill a disgusting abomination and warned it will increase the federal deficit.
It does seem like there's a lot of daylight between big beautiful bill and disgusting abomination. I don't see those two being able to, reach some kind of rapprochement, some kind of understanding.
Gesundheit.
Thank you. I've been looking for a way I could work in the word rapprochement for the last month or so.
That was your goal.
I finally found it.
Musk has called Trump's so-called big beautiful bill a disgusting abomination and warned it will increase the federal deficit. Trump said Musk, the CEO and founder of Tesla, developed a problem with the bill because it rolls back tax credits for electric vehicles.
I'd rather have him criticize me than the bill because the bill is incredible. It's the biggest cut in the history of our country. We've never cut. It's about 1.6 trillion in cuts. And, Elon's upset because we took the EV mandate and, which was a lot of money for electric vehicles. And, they're having a hard time, the electric vehicles. And they want us to pay billions of dollars in subsidy. And, Elon knew this from the beginning.
Musk fired back, saying Trump wouldn't have gotten elected without his help. Musk pumped $250 million into his 2024 campaign.
I don't know if it's true that Trump wouldn't have been elected without Musk. I mean, I think Trump is a generational political figure. This has nothing to do with politics, whether you're left or right or whatever. I'm just talking about the effectiveness of Trump as a communicator and how he's been able to, he's won enough of a coalition that it was just sufficient enough to get into the presidency. And I think he might have been able to do that without the Musk money. But I will say this. The Musk money made it a lot easier. And it wasn't just the Musk money. It was the use of a major social media platform, which is formerly Twitter, X, owned by Musk. So I do feel as though Musk was a game changer that way. He certainly got Trump out there to a lot more people. But again, I'm not so sure that he can take full credit for Trump's victory.
Shares of Tesla stock plunged more than 14% Thursday amid the dispute.
Boy,
reporting live.
I will say this. He's got a real problem, Elon Musk, with Tesla. I don't know if he can build it back or, improve the rep or what. He's put a stink on that brand, and that is really going to be a problem for him. We'll have to see. And I, on the other hand, think that Trump, with tremendous political capital, I mean, really able to get a lot of these legislators, senators, and Congress people to stay within the lines that Trump lays down. All of a sudden, in the Senate, which is already going to make some modifications to this bill, right? The House passes this bill. There's all this stuff stuck in there. There are provisions about the executive branch. There are provisions about no regulation on AI. That was one of the things that Marjorie Taylor Greene said. I didn't know. I didn't see it. I didn't read it. There are going to be changes in the Senate side. But what this feud has done is it's created, again, a little bit of a question mark around the bill that wasn't there before. if Musk and Trump had solidarity on this, it might have had politically a better chance. Now, it might still go through. I mean, Trump's such a strong political figure, but I'm just saying that the problem with this feud legislatively, now I'm leaving aside whatever else happens, is that there is now maybe a question mark, and Musk is sort of fanning those flames of questions around that bill. So that's the latest. But man, the back and forth is wild. I mean, it is, Epstein, he's in the Epstein files. I take credit. He wouldn't even be president if it weren't for me. Musk doesn't know what he's doing. Bannon saying that Trump should deport Musk. To be continued.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
This Labor Day, say goodbye to spills, stains, and overpriced furniture with WashableSofas.com. Featuring Anna Bay, the only machine washable sofa inside and out, where designer quality meets budget-friendly pricing. Sofas start at just $6.99, making it the perfect time to upgrade your space. Anna Bay's pet-friendly, stain-resistant, and interchangeable slip covers are made with high-performance fabric built for real life. You'll love the cloud-like comfort of hypoallergenic, high-resilience foam that never needs fluffing, and a durable steel frame that stands the test of time. With modular pieces, you can rearrange anytime. It's a sofa that adapts to your life. Now through Labor Day, get up to 60% off site-wide at WashableSofas.com. Every order comes with a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. If you're not in love, send it back for a full refund. No return shipping, no restocking fees, every penny back. Shop now at WashableSofas.com. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
I was talking about insurance before and cars, and I said if you've got a good insurance plan, car insurance person, push them my way. And I did get an email. And this guy, Reed, has been on the Conway show before. And he has some thoughts, and I'm going to follow up. But the one thing that jumped out in his email had nothing to do with insurance or driving. It was something that is related to game shows, and I've only met one other person at this radio station, actually. I met her, who falls into this category with game shows. This guy, Reed, is a friend of the show. He's called the Traffic Guy, Reed Barry. He was a Showcase Showdown winner on The Price is Right, and he wanted to win a car, but ended up with a boat, which I think is very funny. Chris Little's wife, Julie, I remember, she was a double Showcase Showdown winner. She won it all. They got cars and whatever.
Trips.
Trips and ski-doos and whatever.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy. I told you that when I was breaking up with my girlfriend who was working down there at Television City, we were having like the breakup conversation, and it's right outside the big elephant doors at The Price is Right. We're having this very serious conversation. No one wasn't crying per se, but, it's kind of the end of a relationship, sort of a big deal. And as we're speaking, they are wheeling all of that stuff past us. Literally, a jacuzzi is being wheeled past us as we're talking about, like, there's no real future in the relationship.
That's such a great scene for a movie.
Oh, it was truly, you're right. It was something out of a film, out of a rom-com. And I remember two of those, they were ski-doos, I think. They were literally wheeled past. And this was and I didn't comment on it. I noted it, but we were in too kind of heavy a conversation for me to comment on it to her. So at one point, I see out of the corner of my eye, Bob Barker. He was the host before Drew, of course. and he's walking past us carrying his wardrobe. He's carrying his own wardrobe. And that's when I stopped the conversation. I said, sorry to interrupt, but you have to take this in. That is Bob Barker.
Was she able to pivot?
Yeah, she was able. She got the moment. The moment was special. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
It was really pretty great. It was really pretty great. So, but anyway, Reed, thank you for reaching out. I'll try to follow up on some of what you've said, and I really appreciate your help on the car insurance thing. And sorry you won the boat and didn't win the car. There is, as you know, there are concerns in the city on any number of fronts about dire conditions faced by dogs in the shelters, out of the shelters, and there's a homelessness crisis on Skid Row, and a lot of these Skid Row folk, they have animals too, and as a result, you begin to see how the cruelty and the abuse and the neglect spills over to that homeless community in the form of how these dogs are treated.
When did you get this dog? Yesterday. Victoria Parker has been coming to help dogs in need on Skid Row for 8 years. In 2020, she co-founded the nonprofit Starts With One Today to help provide vital resources to people and pets living here. In the last few years, she says the animal abuse and neglect has gotten worse.
We've seen pit bulls covered under tarps in the sun, dogs without access to food, water.
Many of the animals are also being denied medical care, like this sick dog left to suffer for months before Victoria was able to convince her owner to let her take her dog to the vet. Turns out her spleen had ruptured, her belly was full of fluid, and she had cancer. The 8-year-old didn't make it.
They're letting them walk around hurting in pain. That's torture.
Victoria's husband, Jonathan, also volunteers with Starts With One Today, attempting to help get basic supplies to pet owners.
These people, they don't know how to treat dogs. They don't know how to take care of them. And they don't look for certain things that a normal person to look for because, as you can see, as we live in, this is not normal.
I mean, I got to say, these animal rescue volunteers they're heroic in the work they do. I mean, do you want to go down there to these homeless encampments? You don't know what you're going to be getting. They've got pit bulls. You don't know if the animals are aggressive. You don't know what the situation is. You don't know if the person's aggressive. And these volunteers go down there to try to make a difference with these animals that are suffering horrible neglect.
While many dog owners appreciate the assistance, Victoria says many who live on Skid Row won't accept their help.
They just say, don't bother. This is my dog. He's fine. She's fine. I don't want to spay and neuter my dog because I need to get more puppies.
I mean, that's the other part of this. You see just how, twisted that situation is, And now animals continue to be victimized and all of that, in the heat, beaten, abused, more pregnant dogs, more puppies. And just the cycle continues. And by the way, it's illegal, right? I mean, animal cruelty is a serious crime in Los Angeles and in California. But you have to submit these cases to the DA's office. They've got to be reviewed. There's got to be action.
They want to sell their puppies. They want to make money.
This pregnant dog will likely give birth on the street without medical care.
It's okay, buddy.
And we saw this dog tied up and twisted in rope, left unattended.
But you can't even move.
Volunteers say dogs are being crammed in tiny cages for days, tied up on the street without shade, beaten and abused.
With the whole fentanyl going on everywhere, a lot of their drugs are laced, so they test them on their dogs before testing them on themselves.
Animal advocates say they've called police, animal control, and the DA's office with very little response. Even after viral videos on social media, they say there's still no enforcement.
Have a vet on call for these people. If you're allowing them to sleep here, allow them to get the proper treatment as well.
The Los Angeles County District Attorney's
By the way,
office.
that wouldn't be such a bad idea, would it? There are vets who do pro bono work. You could there are even rescue organizations that have resources, perhaps, to begin. You can get together a GoFundMe for the kind of resources necessary to get a vet down there to try to make a difference, a positive difference in looking at some of these animals.
Have a vet on call for these people. You know, if you're allowing them to sleep here, allow them to get the proper treatment as well.
The Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office says animal cruelty is a serious crime, and their office will continue to treat it as such. They released a statement saying, in part, law enforcement agencies are the first to investigate these crimes. A case must be presented to our office for legal review and consideration before we can act.
Okay.
The nonprofit Starts With One Today has organized a rally this weekend on Sunday at 11 a.m. outside of the LAPD Central Community Police Station. They say they want to bring awareness to this issue and hopefully get the attention of some city officials.
Well, you know, that is I got to give them credit, the nonprofit that might make a difference on this issue. They're called Starts With One. Starts With One Today. Is that it? Starts With One Today. And again, the rally is Sunday at 11 a.m. You can check them out. Starts With One Today in an effort to raise awareness and to try to address the situation. It sucks for everybody. Homeless, the city, and those sweet, innocent creatures. Hey, it's the Conway Show. Tim is under the weather for yet another day. Thompson's sitting in on KFI AM 640. We're live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app. Now, you can always hear us live on KFI AM 640, 4 to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and anytime on demand on the iHeartRadio app.
This Labor Day, say goodbye to spills, stains, and overpriced furniture with WashableSofas.com. Featuring Anabay, the only machine washable sofa inside and out, where designer quality meets budget-friendly pricing. Sofas start at just $6.99, making it the perfect time to upgrade your space. Anabay's pet-friendly, stain-resistant, and interchangeable slipcovers are made with high-performance fabric built for real life. You'll love the cloud-like comfort of hypoallergenic, high-resilience foam that never needs fluffing, and a durable steel frame that stands the test of time. With modular pieces, you can rearrange anytime. It's a sofa that adapts to your life. Now through Labor Day, get up to 60% off site-wide at WashableSofas.com. Every order comes with a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. If you're not in love, send it back for a full refund. No return shipping, no restocking fees, every penny back. Shop now at WashableSofas.com. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.